thank you to this commenter on the previous short who asked me, what is the meaning of life? Now, to be fair, that is a loaded question. So I won't be able to answer that at a surface level or a complex level, but if I redesign the question, it allows me to answer it in a way that may be more beneficial to you by following, I guess, some sort of blueprint. Anyway, let me begin. The meaning of life is the wrong question to ask. You don't want to ask people or yourself, oh, what is the meaning of life? Because there's only one ever solid answer, and it's a biological one, to have children. But obviously, when we're asking this, we're not looking for that answer, because that answer is boring and stupid and doesn't really help me. We're asking this on a psychological and maybe even a spiritual level. So, the best way to reframe this question, so you can get a good answer out of it, would be, what is my purpose, and how can I bring that to reality? That automatically answers the question of what is the meaning of life for you, because you can't answer it for other people, right? I can't answer what your meaning in life is. That's just not possible. I don't know you. I don't even know, like, for fuck's sake, I don't even know what skin color you are, let alone your all that shit, you know? So it's like really, really, really impossible to answer it like that. But let's say you're someone who really loves writing. Whatever reason. Doesn't matter. You could say that your purpose in life is to be a great writer. How would I practice that? I would sit down, dedicate some amount of time every day to writing, and writing a certain thing. Maybe it's about writing fiction books for children, or writing about nonfiction historical events, whatever it is, right? Writing these over and over again will allow you to get better at the skill, and then you become a great writer, and then you can, oh my goodness, wait, I have a book. So Good They Can't Ignore You, by Cal Newport. I see it over there. That book talks about this concept where you don't find passion in just doing something. You find passion in being good at it, which I find that to be very true for myself. So if that might help you. Pick something. It doesn't matter what it is, right? You can figure out if you're actually interested in it or not as you're doing it. Because honestly, there are a lot of things where I'm not interested in doing it beforehand, but when I'm in that present moment, I'm a lot more interested, right? For example, the gym. I have to go hit legs today. I don't want to hit legs. I want to fucking come home after work. I don't want to go hit legs, but I'm going to go hit legs. Why? Because I know that in the moment, I'll be like, oh, I'm hitting legs. This isn't that bad. It's going to be painful, obviously, but ultimately, it allows me to become stronger and more physically capable of doing things. That's the reason why people lift, usually. Some people lift for aesthetics and whatever. Don't worry about the micro fucking Venn diagram of reasons why you work out. Not important here. But how this ties in the purpose of life is that you can choose what habits to do that make you you, and then stick to them if you believe they are important to you and help you. Right? Like for me, meditating is helpful, but I find it hard to stay consistent with it, really. It's like I'll do it every once in a while, and I have this fun thing where I try to do it in the coldest day of the year. Just like I have this thing where I try to run in the hottest day of the year, and it was like, I think it said 97, which, Fahrenheit. I would, I would assume people think Fahrenheit, but anyway. So maybe try something like that, right? Maybe change your environment, or change up how you think about doing something. That may make you enjoy it more as well. But ultimately, the purpose of life is a hard question to answer. So you have to kind of create the answer on the individual level yourself before you can even begin to describe that feeling to other people, right? If you never went through any process of creating something out of yourself that's like entirely different from what you were beforehand, you won't understand that level of purpose and identity that you have control over, and how you can change that to obtain a better result within yourself. Oh my god. Okay, now that I can actually talk without dying. Sorry, got a new cat. He's like freaking yay big. He's real small. But thought I heard him, but those things are so quiet. Anyway, the purpose of life. You have to answer the question yourself. Now, how do we obtain purpose in life from nothing? Right? So, whatever, or actually, a great quote, I believe Joe Rogan said this, I could be wrong, but the worst thing that's happened to you is the worst thing that's happened to you, right? And I love this example because it illustrates that if the worst thing that's happened to you is that you got your name wrong at Starbucks, that's a big deal for you. But if you have something that's like 1,000 times worse than that instance, you won't really think about it. You'll be like, oh, whatever, that person got my name wrong on a fucking Starbucks cup, and go on, right? Totally normal, whatever. Point being is that wherever your rock bottom is currently, I suppose, remember all of previous traumas that you went through and like you got through them, right? Sorry, it's like 7 and 8 in the morning. My brain's a little foggy, so sometimes I can't get myself together perfectly, but that's okay. Anyway, finding that balance between skill and purpose is what's going to allow you to create an identity around yourself that can answer the question of what is the meaning of life for me. Because ultimately that's what the question's for. It's for yourselves, so you can obtain some sort of happiness or even just understanding of, oh, this is what I should do with my life. Because there is no one answer, right? And I hate this quote, but the world is your oyster. That's the kind of thing that we're dealing with here, is that you have so many options that you can't just pick one. But you have to just learn to drown out the noise, which meditation is a very good practice to learn how to do that. And then make a decision saying, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Do a couple of simple things at once and go 100% at them. It's a lot easier, honestly, to do that than it is to try to diversify yourself into numerous different aspects of life, if you will. So if you're trying to do like meditation, go to the gym, reading, fucking recording videos, running, yoga, work, pets, it's like, okay, now we're like doing this thing where we're not really biologically capable of handling that at a high quality, I should say. Like, you can do all this stuff, but like, you'd be doing it for 10 minutes, you'd be scatterbrained, forget about what you're actually trying to do 10 minutes ago, the whole thing. But a great question, or a great like frame of mindset to have when you're tackling this question for yourself through meditation, writing, whatever, is that, oh fuck, I wish I remember the quote off the top of my head, but I don't. It's something like, I'm gonna paraphrase here, but essentially the quote was like, God, my brain's too foggy for this shit, bro. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember this quote, but it was, so the idea is that we are capable of handling depth and stress in singular or maybe a couple of things, but we're not designed to handle complexity, right? That's why a lot of people, when it becomes complex, they feel overwhelmed, including myself. But if it's only on a few things, you can hyper focus on those certain things and solve those problems without experiencing really any issues. That can help you in guiding you towards the answer of what is life, is narrow down your identity to a few things, right? You don't have to be the best driver and the best golfer and the best basketball player and the best soccer player and the best baseball player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just pick one. Pick one that you really enjoy and that you'd be willing to work at every day. And that doesn't apply to sports or it applies to anything, really. It's very ubiquitous or widespread. Do I have anything else really about it? The only way you find a good answer to that question of what is the meaning of life is to find purpose within yourself and then apply it in the real world and make it a real thing. Once you do that, you inherently create value out of life for yourself, and then you don't have to worry about what other people's opinions are. It's more of a self-sustaining thing. And if you can accomplish that, then that's where I'd say, okay, you're doing good. Go enjoy life, right? Because at that point, you should have a meaning behind life within yourself, and then you don't have to worry about trying to get it from other people. Because ultimately, life is experienced at an individual level, and nobody can really take that from you. So make it the best version of yourself, I suppose, if you can. And if you do need some sort of help in doing so, that's totally okay. I'm sure there's plenty of free resources out there for therapists and stuff like that, if that's what you're looking for. Or if you need a mentor or something like that, that can all be great too. And speaking of mentors, this is actually a great little plug in here. I am becoming a business consultant. So if you run a business and you want to talk to me about how to solve problems within that business, let me know. I believe there's an email in my bio somewhere. If not, let me know in the comments. I'll add one there. You could come there, email me, ask me questions, and I can try to help you. I don't have an exact schedule yet, but what I would say is that probably the first meeting would be free, right? Free 30 minutes an hour or whatever if we figure out the times. And then we go from there, right? Payment and scheduling, that would be at that point. That's where I'll discuss it, because I feel like it's not right to discuss that sort of thing on the internet. Like, I don't care, but for the sake of any entrepreneurs watching, if they want that to be private, I will respect that and allow that to be private. So, anyway, that's enough yapping from me. I hope I answered your question, kind sir or ma'am, on the other side of the world, of what is the meaning of life. And let me know how I did. If it didn't answer the question for you, be honest. That's totally fine. But if I did help you, best thing you could do is subscribe or comment or like or share, just something like that, so it gets the video out there so that more people can see it and they can be like, that's not a bad idea. Anyway, have a good day, and I'm out.